Horses are on the track for today's first qualifying race, first of 7 trotters in the first event. Number 1 is Anitra's Dance, trained by Ulf Holm Johansson. Driver is Casey Leonard. Number 2 is Good Goin' Victor, trained and driven by Brian Deachin. Number 3 in the field is Model Good Looks, trained by Brady Jensen with driver Brandon Jensen. Number 4 is Poco Loki, also trained by Ulf Holm Johansson. The driver is Luke Plano. Number 5, Wyoming Bound, is trained by Jenny King. The driver, Dean McGee. Number 6 is BP's Lucky Star, trained by Rick Huffman. The driver, Mooney Swenson. And rounding out the field is number 7, Iron Sharpens Iron, trained by Dan Rowland. Driver, Rick McGee. Trotters on the track for the first qualifier today. They'll be at the gate in 2 minutes. Starter has called for the trotters. They're headed to the gate. Gates rolling. Field of 7 lining up and moving in behind the gate. Gate swings around the turn. They're just over 1/8 of a mile from the start. Now they're in the backstretch. The gate's picking up speed. There they go. And they're off and trotting and fast away from the outsider. Both BP's Lucky Star and Iron Sharpens Iron getting away quickly in the center. Poco Loki away in third position. Driving up on the outside from fourth is Wyoming Bound. And then we have an Atra's Dance toward the pylons in fifth. A gap of 2 to Good Goin' Victor. And the trailer is Model Good Looks as they race through the opening quarter. And up front and showing the way as they make their way is BP's Lucky Star. Up on the outside, here comes Wyoming Bound to challenge with Iron Sharpens Iron right there in the pocket, followed by Poco Loki. A close-up fifth is Anitra's Dance. Then we come back to the trailers, Good Goin' Victor and Model Good Looks. The opening quarter time was in 29 1/5. Now they race on the second turn and they make their way over toward the half-mile juncture. Wyoming Bound has made the top and leads the way by a length and a quarter now over BP's Lucky Star in second. Iron Sharpens Iron continues to track along in the third position, tipping out and coming on from fourth as they make their way toward the backstretch. Poco Loki is on the move and coming quickly from fourth to third, now second up on the outside and challenging the leader. Halftime in 59 2. Poco Loki now takes the lead. Back to second is Wyoming Bound. Launching to the outside quickly now, Iron Sharpens Iron gets going and comes on to challenge the new leader with less than 3/8 of a mile to go. They bend onto the final turn. Poco Loki now has the lead by 1. Iron Sharpens Iron comes to call on the outside second. Back to the third position, Wyoming Bound and BP's Lucky Star as they come toward the top of the lane. And the three-quarter time is up in 1:28 3, third quarter in 29 1. Iron Sharpens Iron right alongside the leader, Poco Loki. They straighten away. It's Iron Sharpens Iron now to take the lead. BP's Lucky Star charging hard on the far outside, comes on to take second as they come to the wire, but it's Iron Sharpens Iron who wins it by 2. BP's Lucky Star closing well for second. Poco Loki a huge effort in third, and Wyoming Bound was fourth, 1:59. Results of the first qualifying race. The winner was number 7, Iron Sharpens Iron, a former Horse of the Year in Minnesota Harness Racing. 6-year-old by Banker Volo is owned and trained by Dan Rowland. Driven to victory, the qualifying win today by Rick McGee, 1:59, the winning time. Second was BP's Lucky Star. Poco Loki was third. Wyoming Bound was fourth. Anitra's Dance was fifth. Model Good Look sixth. Good Goin' Victor was seventh. Top down, it was 5, 7, 6, 3, 4, 2, 1 on the bottom. Second qualifier today is going to be for Pacers. Horses will be at the gate in around 10 minutes for qualifier number 2. And the Pacers making their way onto the track for the second qualifier today. Again, we have a total of 7 qualifying races here this afternoon. Here's the field for qualifier number 2. Number 1 is Chevron Art, trained by Harold Herrera, the driver Rick McGee. Number 2 is Charming 6, trained by Larry Feilbach, the driver is Luke Plano. Number 3 is Spirit of an Outlaw, trained and driven by Brady Jensen. Number 4 is Nowhere Creek, trained and driven by Brian Deachin. The 5 is Kurt Longjohn, trained and driven by Josiah Miller. Number 6, Flick of the Wrist, the driver Mooney Swenson. And the 7 is Cash Money 20. Horse of the Year in Illinois the last 2 seasons, trained by Brett Ballinger, driver Casey Leonard. That's the field for qualifier number 2. They'll be at the gate, less than 2 minutes. Starters called for the field. They're at the gate. Gates rolling. Field of 7 in behind the gate, and the gate swings around the turn. They're 1/8 of a mile from the start. Field is in the backstretch now. The gate's picking up speed. They're ready for action. There they go. And they're off and pacing in a very good line. Fast away from the center is Kurt Longjohn, along with Nowhere Creek. And then it's Spirit of an Outlaw, who's away quickly as well. And driving up on the outside, Flick of the Wrist to challenge for third with Chevron Art. Getting way back there in 5th now is Nowhere Creek. On the outside is Cash Money 20. As they race to the opening quarter, the trailer is Charming 6. And they race up there with the leader. It's Kurt Longjohn and Josiah Miller by about 1.5 lengths, checking him in past the quarter in 29 seconds even. Now they pace in front of us for the first time, and showing the way is Kurt Longjohn with command. Racing right there and snug in the pocket is Spirit of an Outlaw in second. Chevron Art is third. Flick of the Wrist racing in fourth position. As they swing around the turn, Charming sixth. They are now in fifth position. The trailers in the field include Spirit of an Outlaw and Cash Money 20. They are halfway home in 59 and 1, so that second quarter, kind of a slow tempo for this field of pacers, 30 and 1/5. Down the backstretch they go. It's Kurt Longjohn with command of the field over Spirit of an Outlaw in the second position. Racing in third down the backstretch is Chevron Art. And then we have Flick of the Wrist as they make their way onto the far turn. Moving up on the outside next is Nowhere Creek. And then we have Charming 6 and Cash Money 20. 126 and 4. They turned up the speed in the third pail in 27 and 3. Coming toward the top of the stretch, Kurt Longjohn has command. Spirit of an Outlaw has had the trip wide from the back of the pack. Here comes Cash Money 20, but as they straighten away for home, it's still Kurt Longjohn, and he's drawing away in the final strides. Kurt Longjohn winding out to a 3-4 length win. Spirit of an Outlaw second. Cash Money 20 was flying late for third, 155. Results of the second qualifier. The winner was number 5, Kurt Longjohn. 5-year-old by Time to Roll by Josiah Miller and Bud Mullet. And happy birthday going out to Bud Mullet today. Josiah Miller, the wing trainer driver. 155 flat. Final half in 56. 55 and 4. Check that. 55 and 4. And the final quarter, 28 and 1. Second home was Spirit of an Outlaw. Cash Money 20 was third. Chevron Art fourth. Charming 6 was fifth. Flick of the Wrist sixth. Nowhere Creek seventh. Top of the program down, it was 4-5-2, 7-1, 6-3, time 155. Third race is up next for 3-year-old Pacers field of 7. They'll be at the gate just around 10 minutes. Pacers stepping onto the track for the third qualifier, field of 7. Number 1 is Cheesy Moose, trained and driven by Gary Rath. Number 2 is Rollin' at Aces, trained by Brady Jensen, the driver Brandon Jensen. CL Dancer is number 3, Bob Lems, the trainer, Dean McGee driving. Number 4 is Dust on the Bottle, trained by Jenny King, the first-time starter, will be driven by Rick McGee. Number 5, Whatever It Takes 2, Brett Ballinger, the trainer, the driver is Brady Jensen. Number 6 is 6 Curves, trained by Larry Feilbach, the driver Brian Deachin. And completing the field is number 7, It's Laser Focused, trained and driven by Casey Leonard. That's the field. They'll be at the gate in 2 minutes. Starter calls for the Pacers. Gates rolling. Field of 7 in behind the starting gate. Gate swings around the turn just over 1/8 of a mile from the start. On gate in the backstretch and picking up speed. There they go. They're often pacing fast away is CL Dancer to get the first call, and then toward the inside, Cheesy Moose gets away in second. Challenging for that spot is Whatever It Takes 2 on the outside from third position as they drive around the first turn, and moving up and looking to drop in next as they make their way toward the opening quarter-mile mark. And settling in fourth is Laser Focus. They race to the opening quarter, and this early leader is CL Dancer by almost 2 lengths as Cheesy Moose tries to close in that gap from the second position past the quarter in 29 1/5 seconds. Racing towards the 3/8 marker up front, it is CL Dancer. In that pocket is Cheesy Moose, and racing in third, Whatever It Takes 2. Followed next by Laser Focus, who tips to the outside from fourth. 2 lengths back to Rollin' at Aces in the fifth position, and further back, Dust on the Bottle. And 6 Curves is well back of the field as they race past the half-mile juncture. Battle up front here coming up at the half in 101-3, a pedestrian second quarter there in 32-2. And quickly moving up is Laser Focus, looking to take over from CL Dancer with just about 3/8 of a mile left to go. Advancing up on the outside into third position is Whatever It Takes 2. Back to fourth on the inside is Cheesy Moose. Then we come back 2 lengths after that as they make their way out of the turn to Rollin' at Aces. And further back in the field as they make the way around the far turn and past the 3/4 mile juncture. The trailers in the field include CL Dancer well back is 6 Curves still, 3/4 in 129-4. Off stride there goes Whatever It Takes 2. So now they turn for home and straighten away. And Laser Focused is the one to catch with on the outside Cheesy Moose trying to close. Down to the wire, it is Laser Focused with the lead. And then we have CL Dancer and Rollin' at Aces and Cheesy Moose. Laser Focus got the job done. Wins the qualifier 159-3. Results of the third qualifier. Winner was number 7, Laser Focused in 159-3, 3-year-old son of Some Star Somewhere, owned by Terry Leonard, trained and driven by Casey Leonard. Home second was number 3, CL Dancer. Third was Rollin' at Aces. Fourth was Cheesy Moose. Followed in by Dust on the Bottle, Whatever It Takes 2. 6 Curves was last. Top of the program down, it was 4, 3, 2, 5, 6, 7. 1 on the bottom. In the mile, 159-3. The final half was in 58. Okay, fourth qualifying race is up next for Pacers, and there's a 20-minute break for warm-ups. 20 minutes to Qualifier 4. Pacers are on the track parading for the fourth qualifier, field of 7. Number 1 is Hangman McGee, trained and driven by Brett Erickson. Number 2 is Over the Moon for You, trained by Quentin Schneider, the driver Mooney Swenson. 3 is Philister Photo, trained by Bob Lems, with driver Casey Leonard. 4 is Deja Vu Baby Boo, also trained by Bob Lems, with driver Rick McGee. Number 5 is Apple Juice, trained by Scott Bennett, and a happy birthday shout out to Scott Bennett today as well. And the driver for Apple Juice, Josiah Miller. Number 6 is Eva Star, trained and driven by Brady Jensen. And completing the field, it's Nebel Hanover. Nebel Hanover, the 7, trained and driven by Luke Plano. Be at the gate in 2 minutes. Starter has called for the field, and they're at the gate. Gates rolling. We've got Hangman McGee, Over the Moon for You, Philister Photo. In the center, we have Deja Vu Baby Boo and Apple Juice. And to the outside, Eva Star and Nebel Hanover. They're 1/8 of a mile from the start. Field is in the backstretch now, and the gate's picking up speed. There they go. And they're off and pacing. Apple Juice is fast off the mark today, is out quickly to take the early lead, with the way in second toward the inside Hangman McGee, and angling to be third as they race around the first turn is Over the Moon for You. Looking to drop in fourth, Philister Photo will be in front of Deja Vu Baby Boo, back to the trailers Eva Star and Nebel Hanover. The field is covered by 9.5 lengths as they race to the opening quarter. Apple Juice is on the front here with Josiah Miller in the bike and leads it by 2 at the quarter in 28.3. It's Apple Juice on top as they pace in front of us and race towards the 3/8 marker. Back there racing in the second position in that pocket, that is Hangman McGee. Then in third, it's Over the Moon for You. Still in line fourth is Philister Photo. Then we have Deja Vu Baby Boo, and the trailers remain Eva Star and Nebel Hanover. And it's about 8 lengths covering the field now as they arrive at the midway point. Apple Juice is large and in charge today, and she has the lead by 3 lengths at the half in 58.3. Second quarter was in 30 seconds even. Down the backstretch they go, and they're still chasing Apple Juice as she's widened it out to about 3.5. Hangman McGee's second. Over the Moon for You tips first over and comes on the outside for Mooney from third position. Then we come back in fourth as they race around the turn to Philister Photo, followed next by Deja Vu Baby Boo. The trailers remain Eva Star and Nebel Hanover gapping at the back. Three-quarter time, 1:26.3. That third quarter was a fast 28 seconds flat. Coming toward the top of the stretch, Apple Juice, it's her race to win or lose. Hangman McGee has been in the pocket the whole trip. Wide in third position on the outside is Philister Photo. Shaking free between horses is Eva Star. Through the lane and to the wire, it's still Apple Juice with the lead. They're all coming after Apple Juice. Down to the wire, Apple Juice and Eva Star very tight. Apple Juice and Eva Star together on the line in 1:55.4. Results of the fourth qualifying race. The winner was number 5, Apple Juice. A nice birthday present. A great performance today from Apple Juice for Scott Bannett. And the winning driver, Josiah Miller. 1:55.4 qualifying win today for Apple Juice. The final half in 57 1/5 seconds. A close second was number 6, Eva Star. Right there in third was Philister Photo. Followed in by Hangman McGee. Further back to Deja Vu Baby Boo. Over the Moon for You. And Neville Hanover. Top of the program down was 4, 6, 3, 5, 1, 2, 7 on the bottom. Once again, Apple Juice qualifying win in 1:55.4. Up next is qualifier number 5 of 7. Qualifier number 5 today is a field of 7 3-year-old pacers. They'll be on the track and at the gate in just about 10 minutes. The 3-year-old Pacers for qualifier number 5 stepping onto the track for the post parade, and a field of 7 here. Number 1 is Melody Valley, trained by Brett Erickson with driver Luke Plano. Number 2 is Almar Easy Does It. The trainer is Michaela Delgidis with driver Rick McGee. Number 3, Big Risk Sally, trained by Amanda Frazier with driver Mooney Swenson. Number 4 is Don't Touche My Moose, trained and driven by Gary Rath. Number 5, Letitia, trained by Ed Snyder, the driver Dean McGee. Number 6, Hilarious Hannah, Hilarious Hannah is trained by Justin Amundsen with driver Jay DeLong. And completing the field, it's number 7, Dandy's Beach, trained and driven by Casey Leonard. That's the field for qualifier number 5. They'll be at the gate in 2 minutes. Starter has called for the Pacers. They're arriving at the gate. Gates rolling. The field of 7 3-year-olds are lining up and moving in as the gate swings into the turn, just a bit over 1/8 of a mile from the start. In the backstretch now, and they're all lined up. They're ready for action. There they go. And they're off and pacing. A bad break on the far outside for number 7, Dandy's Beach. Away quickly from the center is Don't Touche My Moose, and Gary Rath going right to the front. Also away quickly to take second, Letitia into the first turn. Then toward the inside, away in third position is Melody Valley. And then we have Almar Easy Does It away in fourth position. Backing off on the outside, fifth is Hilarious Hannah. Then we come back in sixth to Big Risk Sally. And after that miscue at the start, the trailer is Dandy's Beach, but is right with the pack. The quarter in 29-3. They pace single file in front of us for the first time. Headed past the 3/8 marker. Gary Rath is on the front end here with Don't Touche My Moose by a length and a half. Letitia rides the pocket in second. Melody Valley is their third. Almar Easy Does It still pacing along fourth. And then in the fifth position as they swing around the turn is Hilarious Hannah. And we have Big Risk Sally. And underway from the back of the pack is Dandy's Beach. Field is covered by 7.5 lengths at the half in a time of 1:01.2. So a slow second quarter there again, 30-4. Down the backstretch they go and head for the 5/8 marker with 3/8 left to go here. Don't Touche My Moose by 2.5. Letitia is still second. Down the backstretch in third position, Almar Easy Does It. Then we have Melody Valley as they race out of the turn and head towards the 3/4 mile marker now. It is still Don't Touche My Moose. Don't Touche My Moose is the leader. In the pocket in second is Letitia. Now moving up to take that third spot is Dandy's Beach. Is dropping back fourth. We have Melody Valley and Almar Easy Does It, and coming wide next is Hilarious Hannah, but they're in the lane. Coming after the leader, Don't Touche My Moose after 3/4 in 1:30 flat. Dandy's Beach made up a ton of ground and takes the lead in the shadow of the wire, and Dandy's Beach is up to win it. Over Don't Touche My Moose second, Letitia close third. It was a battle for fourth, maybe for Hilarious Hannah on the far outside, but they were well back of the top three. The time, 1:59. Results of the fifth qualifier. The winner was number 7, Dandy's Beach, trained and driven to victory by Casey Leonard. 1:59 qualifying win today for Dandy's Beach, 3-year-old by Stevensville. Owned by Leonard, Dandy Farms, Kuchis, and FT Racing Stable. Again, Casey Leonard, trainer-driver. Home second was Don't Touche My Moose. Third was Letitia. Fourth, Hilarious Hannah. Fifth was Big Risk Sally. Sixth, Melody Valley. Seventh, Almar Easy Does It. Top of the program down, 6, 7, 5, 2, 3, 4, 1 on the bottom. Again, that mile in 1:59. The final half, 57 and 3. Sixth qualifying race is up next. Field of 7 3-year-old pacers again. 3-year-olds going again here in race 6. They'll be at the gate in just about 10 minutes for qualifier number 6. Total of 7 qualifiers today. And the horses for qualifier number 6 stepping onto the track, parading, and these are 3-year-olds, field of 7. Number 1 is Veda. These are fillies. Veda is trained by Harold Herrera. The driver is Rick McGee. 2 is Sweet Cali Cat, trained by Kathy Plested with driver Mooney Swenson. 3 is Poker Alice. Poker Alice trained by Dale Lagerquist, the driver Brady Jensen. 4, A Catch of Falling Star, trained and driven by Josiah Miller. Number 5 is Next. Next is trained and driven by Casey Leonard. Number 6 is Starstruck Fool, trained by Dan Rowland with driver Luke Plano. And the 7 is Midnight Prowler, trained and driven by Gary Rath. That is the field for qualifier number 6. Again, the 3-year-old fillies, and they'll be at the gate in 2 minutes. Starters calling for the field, and they're headed to the gate. Gates rolling. On the inside out, we have Veda and Sweet Cali Cat and Poker Alice. In the center, Catch a Falling Star, and Next. And the outside, Starstruck Fool and Midnight Prowler. We're in behind the gate. The gate swings into the turn just a bit over 1/8 of a mile from the start. The sophomore fillies on gate in the backstretch. Gates picking up speed. There they go. And they're off and pacing fast away in the center. Catch a Falling Star and Next. And toward the inside, Veda gets away in third as they race into the first turn with Sweet Cali Cat away in the 4th position. Followed in 5th by Poker Alice. And then we come back to the trailers in the field, Starstruck Fool and Midnight Prowler. And it's covered by about 9 lengths, this field of 7, as they race to the opening quarter-mile mark. And showing the way with the lead by about 1.25 lengths is Catch a Falling Star. Dropping into that pocket in second was Next. The opening quarter an even 30 seconds. Pacing in front of us toward the 3/8 mark from the pocket. Here comes Next. Next is up to take over the lead from Catch a Falling Star. Back there in the 3rd position, that is Veda. Racing 4th, about 1 length back is Sweet Cali Cat, about 5.5 lengths off the lead. Further back to Poker Alice and Starstruck Fool and Midnight Prowler. Field is still covered now by about 9.5 or 10 lengths, in fact, at the half in 1 minute, 1 tick. Second quarter was in 30 1/5. Down the backstretch they go. Just over 3/8 of a mile left to go. And they have to catch Next. Next has the lead by 2. Racing in second is Catch a Falling Star. As they head on toward the far turn, Veda is in the third position. Then we have Sweet Cali Cat looking to tighten in from fourth. Getting underway on the outside and closing in is Midnight Prowler. And further back, we have the trailers in the field, Poker Alice and Starstruck Fool. Starstruck Fool gets underway as well. 3/4 in 1:29. They come to the top of the lane, opening up with every stride. It's Next. Next has the lead by 5.5 lengths, straightening away for the wire. Closing in, Midnight Prowler and Starstruck Fool from the back of the pack. Catch a Falling Star trying to hold second. Next a winner. Next wins it by 5. Holding second, Catch a Falling Star, and then it was Midnight Prowler and Starstruck Fool in 1:57 and 4. Results of qualifier number 6. The win goes to Next. Number 5, Next, the winner, 3-year-old filly by Some Star Somewhere, owned by Blackfoot Farms of Illinois, trained and driven to victory by Casey Leonard. Qualifying victory in 1:57 and 4 today for Next. Next, the winner in 1:57 and 4. The final half 57 and 3, final quarter 28 and 4 for Next. Second was Catch a Falling Star. Third was Midnight Prowler. Fourth was Starstruck Fool. Fifth was Sweet Cali Cat. Sixth was Poker Alice. Seventh was Veda. Top of the program down, 7, 5, 6, 2, 1, 4. 3 on the bottom. Final qualifying race is up next for Pacers field of 7 in qualifier number 7. They'll be at the gate in about 10 minutes. After today's qualifiers, immediately after the qualifiers, there will be schooling. Again, there will be schooling today immediately after the qualifiers. Pacers for today's 7th and final qualifying race stepping onto the track. We have a field of 7. Here they are. Number 1 is McThirsty, trained by Amanda Frazier with driver Mooney Swenson. Number 2 is Fox Valley Carlin, trained and driven by Brian Deachin. Number 3 is Chips Power, trained and driven by Brady Jensen. 4 is Handsome Harvey, trained and driven by Luke Plano. 5 is JK My Girl, trained by Bob Lems with driver Casey Leonard. Number 6 is Swingin' On By, trained by Brett Ballinger with driver Dean McGee. And rounding out the field will be number 7, PD, the Big Easy, trained by Brady Jensen with driver Brandon Jensen. That's the field for the 7th. Be at the gate in 2 minutes. Starter calls for the field. They're headed to the gate. Gates rolling. Pacers lining up and moving in behind the starting gate. Gate heads into the turn just over 1/8 of a mile from the start for Qualifier 7. Field is lined up in the backstretch now, and they're ready for action. They're headed to the start. There they go. And they're off and pacing, fast away from the far outside, swinging on by, and PD the Big Easy. Those two charge out to the top 2 positions. Also away quickly, JK My Girl. She secures the 3rd spot as they race around the turn, headed to the opening quarter. Then we have Handsome Harvey, who's dropped in and set up shop in the 4th position. Rather, McThirsty has gotten away in the 4th position, 2 lengths back then to Fox Valley Carlin. Then we come further back in the field to Chips Power and Handsome Harvey at the back of the pack. attack early. The opening quarter in 28 and 4/5 seconds. They pace in front of us for the first time. Swinging on by. Leads the way by 2 lengths with one full circuit to go. PD the Big Easy in the pocket is second. JK My Girl is third. McThirsty paces along in the 4th position. And then as they round the turn, looking to tighten in from 5th is Fox Valley Carlin. Then we have Chips Power and Handsome Harvey. Field is covered by 9 lengths at the half. The halftime is up in 58 and 4. Second quarter was in 30 seconds even. Down the backstretch they go at Running Aces. 3/8 of a mile left to go here. Swinging on by. Has the lead by 2.5 lengths. Racing in the second spot is PD the Big Easy. Then we have JK My Girl still in third. McThirsty racing in fourth. Outside moving up is Chips Power from 5th. And then we have Fox Valley Carlin and Handsome Harvey on to the final turn. Still leading the way is Swinging on by. Has it by now just a length and a quarter. 3/4 time is up in 1:26 and 4. Third quarter in 28. Coming toward the top of the stretch, it's still Swinging on by. Right there in the pocket is PD the Big Easy, who angles out and comes on. Chips Power is closing in from third. And then we have JK My Girl. Final 16th of a mile. Now on the outside, PD the Big Easy takes over. PD the Big Easy paces away to the wire. PD the Big Easy won it over Swinging on by, Chips Power, and JK My Girl. 155 and 1. Results of today's 7th qualifier. The winner was number 7, PD the Big Easy. An 8-year-old son of Sweet Lou, owned by Brady Jensen and Ken Stauffer, trained by Brady Jensen. Winning driver Brandon Jensen. Qualifying victory today in 155 and 1. The final half in 56 and 2. Final quarter 28 and 2 for number 7, PD the Big Easy. Home second was Swinging on by. Third was JK My Girl. Fourth was Chips Power. Fifth was Handsome Harvey. And sixth was McThirsty. 7th was Fox Valley Carlin. Top of the program down, 6, 7, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1 on the bottom, 155 and 1/5 for the qualifier. That concludes today's qualifying session, and opening weekend is coming up. Opening night on Sunday, post time at 6 p.m. We draw the races for Sunday tomorrow. The entry box closes at 9 a.m. tomorrow for Sunday. The entry box closes at 9 a.m. on Thursday for Tuesday night, and then the entry box closes at 9 a.m. on Sunday for Thursday night. Again, opening weekend coming up. Opening night on Sunday, first race at 6 p.m. Coming up right now on the track will be Schoolers. Schoolers coming up now. And again, we hope to see everybody out here for opening night on Sunday here at Running Aces at 6 p.m.